Alright, anyway. It's up left side. We got a red Terran, the Dragon, the Phoenix Gamer. Sure. Bottom right side, we got ourselves the blue Zerg player fighting for the Afrika Freaks, if I'm not mistaken. That is right, he is ARMANI. A tournament table? There is no tournament table right now. These are all just games that I did not manage to cast before, and now I'm casting them here, right now. It's the X files. Alright, regardless, let's see what's going on here. We got ARMANI stocking up on hatcheries. Getting a gas geyser as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. There's the pool coming up after. All standard so far. These guys are gonna rally into the gas most likely. Oh no, he's gonna pull into the gas. Alright. Interesting. It's an older tournament, Reina. Why are you not listening? Oh well. We'll figure it out, hopefully. 2 queens coming up. Straight up. Ordered and almost ready to go. There's the Reaper. Together with the Lynx, of course, just in time. Ooh. Might get a couple of Lynx here. Might not be too greedy to jump after those Lynx. It's gonna try to grab the drone instead. The drones can transform into spore crawlers here, of course. I mean, those Lynx, they are still low as well. Goes for the creep tumor, perhaps? No. Didn't have his nade available. Otherwise, he probably would have gone for it. Well, that's a righteous shame, that is. Back at home, he's getting a 3rd base and the Hellion production settled. Might get himself a tech lab on this barracks over here for potential banshees. Could be the case. Very occasionally, we do see players such as Q as well. I believe he's one of them among, well, one of those players among the others that sometimes will incorporate a Raven into the game in order to clear out the creep. Now, it does delay your overall medevacs and such quite heavily, and it doesn't get as much harassment done as the Banshee would. But it does cost you in energy, right? The energy for all the scanning you have to do to clear the creep with the Hellions. Otherwise, I don't have to do that anymore. Could be a good trade. Trying to find a different entrance. ARMANI looking like he has a good setup of his overlords though. Should be able to keep track of the movements of the Hellions here. Now, 1 queen there, already enough to scare Kira away. Maybe he could have gotten something there, but oh well. Decides not to. Decides against it. There should be Lings overall available as well. They're not though, so... How many Lings do we have? 7. I'm not even sure where they are. Probably in a natural, right? Oh, there they are. Now they're here. Okay. Armory coming up as well. Interesting. Wants to go for the Hellbat push here, perhaps. How many Hellions do we have so far? Gathered up. back at home. There's 4 extra. No overlords really nearby to see an extra Hellion batch move out. Could still come as quite a surprise. But I do believe we have a heck of a lot of queens available as well for ARMANI here. He's planning on spreading a whole lot of creep, which makes me assume that we're going to get Hydralisk, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he's just planning to use those queens defensively, of course. You can never have too many after all. 7 of them. Still actually quite a low number, actually. I thought he had more. Thought we went up to 9. But apparently not the case. Alright, here we are. There are the Hellbats. Banshees also, of course. Slightly below view. Coming in at the same angle, kind of. Hopefully they're not just going to do combat with a Spore Crawler. The Hellbat's doing a good job so far. Kind of pushing these queens backwards. Now the Baneling's ready to explode. Getting reasonable connections. As the Banshee's still having difficulties really finding an angle onto the queens without the Spore Crawler ruining their day. And yeah, perhaps we just do not have enough firepower anymore in the Hellions or the Hellbats to really make use of this situation here. Oh, I guess there's just 1 queen left. We could kill some more drones here. Or an extractor. More queens coming in. Okay, well, nice. Land of that dream. So, was that worth it in the end there for Cure? I don't think it was. Looking at the overall units lost tab. Well, somehow, maybe. I guess he killed a lot of queens. A lot of creep as well. He does have a 3rd base. It's not a terrible position he's in, right? Ooh, just on the edge of that scan right there. Lovely. Gotta love when that happens. It's one of those tiny satisfaction things, you know, when the scan hits all the creep teams that they can possibly get. Oh. Alright, well. Anyway. Couple of benches here. Flown back to base. Go around for loop 2. Spire will be available pretty soon though. Or I should say the spy attack will be available soon. Good bit of pressure here. Could lead to a good opportunity as well on the other side, where there is more Hellbats this time, providing more backup is some Marines. Banelings don't have the speed just quite yet, which is a problem to be said briefly. It seems like perhaps it may just be barely enough still with the Mutalisk here. I would assume that should be the trick. That should be enough. The drones, though, it's a little bit too soon to come back. 8 of them, 9 of them go down. Okay, here, still losing quite a couple of them as the Mutalisk struggle in their low numbers to really clean up the rest of the Hellbat force here. The Hellbat, oh no. Oh no, there's more. Oh, there's aliens going in here. The Hellbat back on top of this. The drone's moving back and forth. Needs to put them to work again. Oh god, they're gonna go all the way over here. Alright. Alright, they're good. It's a lot of lost mining though, to be fair. He moved these drones from base to base twice now. Widowmine's in a good position here. Catching one before it went into the ground. Nicely done by ARMANI. Oh, Baneling speed is ready this time. Good creep denial still. Oh, lovely pull away there from the Zergling. Getting rid of the Widowmine explosive charge that way. A Thor on top of the, well, underneath the Mutalisk really does not even seem to bother them too much. Oh, wait a moment, that that Widowmine shot did though. That did a trick. Big connection there. Careful, Armani. There are a lot of mines around, and if you stab with your wrong banelings on the wrong, well, place in the ground, you are going to get blown up. Kyo's is really taking a demanding lead here, and I think he should be able to kind of push forwards here, eventually overwhelming his opponents, right? I mean, there's not much Armani can do at this point in time anymore, unless if he gets like an insane fight and then pushes across the map as well, gets a base killed off or something like this, right? But oh man, I mean, Kyo, to expect Kyo to really make a mistake to allow for something like that to happen, I don't know. Okay, a link run by that, I think, you know, it's a good start. Definitely like that. Good pull away with the drones there as well. Link's got the Thor. As we continue on forwards here. With a bit of, well, not really a base trade. The Link's already cleaned up. The base of Armani also cleaned up. Kyo maybe getting ready for a final push outwards. Oh, that's a lot of Baneling sitting the Thor. Oh, that is a lot of Baneling. Oh, Baneling sitting the Widow Mines as well after they already went off. Yeah, that's the GG. That's the GG. Whew. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that was just a rough position to be in for a long period of time there already. It took a lot of damage from the Halberds. The Halberds just kind of ruining his day. Was a little bit too quick with the pulling into the worker line again. Those drones got fried. He pulled away some of them, but then more came and they got destroyed. So. Yeah, that didn't quite work out. We're going to move into the next game, of course. Game number 2. We'll be able to see whether or not Armani is also going to be able to tie up the best of 5 here before Kyo gets ahead too far. I mean, you know, having a 1-to-1 in a best of 5 is really good. 2-0, that is just... Eesh. Now you're talking 3-0 territory, right? You need to win 3 games in a row to still win the game. So it is 3-0 territory in a sense. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2. Okay, yeah, game number 2. Wants to get a point. Wants to equal it out. Armani from the Afrika Freaks. The Blue Zerg. Red Terran. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Mr. Kyo. Alright. No proxies from Kyo so far. I'd say Kyo is one of these Terrans that doesn't really do that many proxies though, right? He is a player that is more comfortable with just the macro, right? That just, you know, really churning out the units later on, having multiple bases. He likes that type of stuff. It's clear in his play. That being said, he does do some proxy Rexes sometimes. Especially in the biggest series, right? The biggest series in particular, because it's so hard to estimate when he's going to do it. That's the scary part. And when opponents do see him do it, and suddenly it's like, oh, well, I wasn't expecting this at all. And it does very well, usually, in those situations, right? Man, he's still looking around for it with his overlords here before going across, but he's not even keeping another overlord on the back here. Sometimes, you know, some Zergs, they will pull back the second overlord. They'll make it scout a little bit and then bring it back in order to see whether or not an SCV is running into the natural base. To see whether or not there's a bunker coming up. No such thing. He does see the SCV still though. Oh wait, he has it over here. Alright. Well, yeah, I guess. Ah, well. It's still a bit far forwards, right? But, yeah. It sees this SCV, so... who can complain? The timing was off anyway, already for the bunker rush, I suppose, as well. Reaper aggression, once again. This time he does get a Ling. Let's see if he gets 2. He will get 2. Will he get 3? I think so. 4? Oh, will it be? Oh, ho, 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 all 4. Nice. Still can't get the creep to me, though, unfortunately. Did just use his nade on the drone's end. Well, he's 1 HP. Literally 1. It's more of the same here from Kyo. He's going the Hellion Banshee route. Could it be more Hellbats? It does appear that a lot more Terrans have kind of developed the Hellbat push overall, if that makes sense. I don't know if more people have been kind of thinking about this as I have, but... Before, whenever somebody did a Hellbat push, it felt like it was just an all-in. If it didn't just straight up dealt an enormous amount of damage, the Terran would just kind of lose. But it doesn't feel like that anymore, right? It seems like we found good ways to kind of transition out of those Hellions and the Hellbats afterwards, even if they didn't kill a lot of drones. Kind of nice. Good to see. Well, committing with the Hellions this time around. Not backing out anytime soon here. These Hellions are never going to become Hellbats, guys. I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen anymore. They get 5 kills though, and they get into the main base. They see what's happening. They see there's no Roach Warren. Just a bunch of, well, drones, really. Let's call it what it is. Now a couple of Lings. So it should be fine. There's still an armory coming up actually in the production, so I might still be considering the Hellbats here. There's the Banshee. Banshee might provide some cover, as ARMANI will be busy microing his queens and spore crawlers instead of Zerglings, but might be able to still get a good surround somewhere with his Zerglings as well. We'll see. Yeah, Zergling's not getting anything done. Neither do the Banshee. Well, the Banshee. Yeah, it's just a singular one so far, isn't it? It's... Oh no, it's going to be 2 now. Right, I guess it's flying over, to be fair. Alright. Maybe 2 Banshees will do a lot better. How many Marines with this bush? 5, potentially. Well, I feel like we should watch over here. Okay, there's 4 of them. Getting ready now for the defenses of Mr. ARMANI. The Marines are here for the Queen damage. The Hellbats are there for the Zerglings. Zerglings usually want to try to get around. Get on top of those Marines. Avoid some of the splash damage that way. So far we're not really seeing that. Just a lot of Zerglings running into the Hellbats. But the Queens, they're holding now. They are holding. And the Banshees being held quite well also. Only 2 workers going down. ARMANI. I mean, how much did he lose? I guess he still lost a lot of Zerglings there. He didn't have the Baling Nest, which had me worried, but he did that very well. He's got 5 queens left. He's still making 2 more. He's lost only 2 this time. I'll let you guys look at the units lost tab for a little bit longer. There you go. Now go do your math. Hydralisk here, the next step for ARMANI. Logical step. Needs a bit more creep spread, though, to be fair. I mean, he has the queens, right? Yeah, he's got 8 queens. He's building a new base out there, and the creep hasn't really even gotten close to it. Well, it's kind of close to it, but not entirely. Banshee harassment. Yeah. It's a problem of not having enough creep here. Now the Banshee comes into the main base. Marines and a siege tank here on the left side already on top of your third base. Why? Well, because of a lack of creep. Either is not numerous enough to fight this number of Marines either. Oh my, that is no banelings whatsoever, is there? Okay, it does get picked up by the medevacs. They put away without any significant losses. As the Queen and Hydra numbers, they were kind of growing there. But still feel like Kure had a really good fight overall. Good moment for him. Yeah, getting some good value here. What's going on over there? Another bit of forces. Bit of stuff. In between fluff. And we didn't quite get to see. Okay, Kure. Once again, moving onto the Zerg territory. So a lot of Hydras here, but no Banelings once again. And the Hydras, they aren't that good against the Marines on their own. Sometimes I guess you can have Roaches or something to kind of buffer for them. Is this enough Hydra? I don't think it is. Kure's just pushing through this. Baneling speed only now getting constructed. We needed Banelings a long time ago, guys, and this is a quick way to an early graveyard. Kure bringing in more guests for the funeral. Finally, we have some Banelings being constructed, but Centrifugal Hook still quite far off. Well, actually, yeah, okay, no, it's going to be ready. It's going to be ready. Kure just waiting for some creep to dissipate. Might try to start pushing into here as well. It's a possibility. Can pick up some Marines and try to accomplish that. But it seems like he's just happy waiting on his reinforcements here and slowly overwhelm his opponents. I mean, he is on a better economy here overall. 3 base versus 3 base always favors the Terran, of course. And off they go. Quite a number of Marines pushing forwards. Not getting met by any type of Zerg force just quite yet. They are deadly afraid of all the siege tanks. 4 of them in total. Quite nicely spread out. Tucked away. Flank for both of these players coming up as well. Kure is gonna get entangled from 2 sides right now. The siege tank's doing a good job so far, but it does seem like there's just too much Zerg coming in from multiple angles. The reinforcements being cut off now as well. There is the attack, of course, from Kure. We'll be able to pick off a base, but what is left from the attack here is a couple of medevacs and a very few number of Marines. Kure will have to recuperate his forces here, perhaps. These Marines most likely won't make it into another fight either. Well, one final fight, to be fair. Unless if he starts pushing elsewhere, and ARMANI needs these Hydras immediately. But doesn't seem to be the case. Marines handled. But new threats on the horizon. Kure already clearing out more creep here. Again, resetting the creep. Like, look at this. This is where it was 4 minutes ago. And this is literally where it was 4 minutes ago. Was it 3 minutes ago? Well, somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes. Oof. It's not even because ARMANI's not doing creep spread, right? It is just because Kure, over and over again, denying it, killing it. With Hellions, with Banshees, with these Marine pushes, with everything that comes across the map, really. every single one of his units, basically, they have to kill a creep tumor. They have their instructions, and basically the first thing they have to do. There's a lot of siege tanks this time around, 6 of them. I think that's 2 more than we had the previous fight. ARMANI not set up on the bottom, but he is still set up on 2 flanks. Might be a bit more favorable for Cure this time around, though, the setup overall. But he is on a speed zone, so if the Zerglings will reach those siege tanks a lot sooner. And the Banelings, well, the Banelings might be able to chase the Marines a bit quicker as well. How's this fight going to turn out? Very curious to see it. To have this fight in the speed zone here would be quite cool to see. Let's see. Oh boy. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I think he's waiting for Cure to start pushing into his hatchery here more decisively. It's not quite happening. Siege tanks are still all sieged. That's a lot of Marines on the backside there. Will the Banelings reach? No, they won't. They all get obliterated. GG is called. Cure takes game number 2 as well. Man, that was rough. Oh. Cure there. Taking that game as well. And sets himself up on match point. We'll be looking forward to see if he will be able to get the next game here. Armani's struggling, dude. He's not getting as much done as you would normally hope to see. And we know Cure, especially in these online cups, right? Very, very strong. He is a player to be reckoned with, and a player that can take any tournament at that setting against anyone. Truly anyone. Literally, right? I mean, he took out Cyril, he took out Rainer as well. He took out, well, Maru, I guess, was the one person that evaded him in the King of Battles thing. But yeah, anyway, pretty much everyone, right? He's taken a big series of best of 5s, best of 7s. Okay, anyway, here we go. Best of 5 between Cure and Armani is going to continue onwards. It will be played on Oakside. That is map number 3, of course. We have a situation where Armani in a lot of trouble. 3 wins in a row are required now. As Cure does these hellbat pushes, they seem not to do too much. Overall, the value lost does go into his favor, but is that really enough? Was that really enough overall? I don't know. I don't know entirely. I guess those Zerglings, they have to be replenished, and then they can't be drones. But then again, at the same time, I mean, Cure does manage to get away with it. Comes in with another attack, and then suddenly it's like, wait a moment, you're already here? You're already back? Scrambling. Alright. Blue Zerg, top right side. Freak of Freaks. Armani. His opponents in the red is a Dragon Phoenix Gamer. He is Cure. More drones. No rebellious Zerglings hopping along the map so far. Both these players have been playing along the rules so far. Have been obeying the meta laws of the macro game. It's going to be fun to see where they start deviating, of course, and incorporating their own little shindigs. For Cure, that is just absolute brilliant macro with a ton of units just parading over the map. feel like you're somebody less likely to try multi-pronged aggression as opposed to somebody like Bjorn. Oh, Reaper. Third base does get created there. The drone was a little bit slow on his way over, but the Reaper also taking his time. Not going to be able to intercept the drone regardless. As more Zerglings are falling right now. Triple command center for Cure as well. He's going to try to match the macro of his opponent. So you're going to make a lot of drones. I'll make a lot of SCVs. He's a little bit later with his own third base, but I mean, it's usually okay for a Terran. We'll see if he will go for more of the same with the Hellbat push though. As we have the kind of the same trends developing here, right, for Cure. Did he go for a third CC quickly as well the previous rounds? I feel like he may have. Alright, well, anyway. Reapers with the Hellion here. First blood will be drawn. No Spore Crawler creation for you. Too quick on the trigger. Overlord's hunting happening here as well. Looks like he does want to try and get this. Should be able to, right? His vision is, yeah. Silly little rocks. Overlord decides to just go in. I'll just try to see what I can then, guys. It's okay. Lair coming up, together with a Roach Warren here. ARMANI, is he going to try to do the Baneling Ravager play? Or is he just going to try to go for the Ravagers mostly, and then... well, the Roach Ravager, truly, and then into Hydras, into Lurkers. We have seen other players attempt this strategy. Quite successfully, I may add. Can the creep spread? Not that insane at the moment, is it? Guess it's not that much time gone by just quite yet, but I'm just looking at the energy on these queens, and I'm like, I guess he got all the bases linked up. That's the most important thing. Making a Drop-a-Lot in his own base. I mean, he has Overlord speed. Sure. Ooh, taxi. Ah, that's why you kept the energy. Oh yeah, you're forgetting one queen, sir. There you go. Imagine that happening to a real taxi. With like a bunch of, you know, ladies that like to pretend to be the queen. Some old ladies. And then one of them just running after it. Alright, anyway, 2 Banshees in the natural base. Getting 3 drone kills so far. They are not aware just quite yet of the mess they are about to witness at their own base. There's the queens. Need to maybe get some creep spread going from the overlords here so we can get some creep tumors. There we go. Ooh, Zerglings on top of the SCVs and the Hellions here. Not the best way to fight for them, but they are managing somewhat. There's the creep coming down. More Zerglings up for chewing down on the Hellions. The Hellions taking a really good trade overall. The natural base has been overrun. As Cure struggling to hold on for now. Has a lot of Ravagers kind of just at his front step. I think ARMANI should be able to just kind of hold his position here. try not to die to the siege tanks. Just try to bile down every siege tank that oversteps his bounds. Right, so this one should go down instantly right here. Actually, oh, thought he might get 2 of them. The other one is setting up. We do not have any other overlords available anymore. That could be a problem. There's another overseer coming in. The biles. There's the biles. Getting rid of that other siege tank as well. Now the queen's still around is to shoot down the Banshee. 24 workers already dead. Here. In a rough position. Ro4 just getting closer and closer to his production facilities. Of course, the less of those he has, the harder it's going to be to assemble a bigger force to really deal with this. I think he's supply blocked now as well. Yeah, quite heavily supply blocked. He has to go for it right now. This is his best chance he's going to get. Will it be enough? He's losing a lot more workers. But the Marines, are they standing tall? It looks like they just barely made. Still so many workers though, 23 in total. He does have the 3 bases, which could be a problem. ARMANI gets pushed backwards. Is he going to go into a plan B? 11 or 12 works actually there for a moment even in the production tab. It looks like that is his way forwards here. That's how he sees this this developing here. Alright. Trying to find the observer. There we go. I think this is it. Maybe. Overview shot of the overlords. I don't think it is either. You know what? Screw it. We'll keep doing it ourselves. In comes a cure. A lot of roaches that are no longer here. Now wishing that he still has those, of course. Yep, those drones, they are not going to make it. Queen goes down as well. The roach is on the run. The Marines closing in further and further. I feel like that is going to be it, guys. That is too much to handle. A little bit of a counter-aggression on the backside. The siege tank still safe, though, inside of that medevac. And GG is called. Well played by Cure.